What's up guys, Enkiri here, and I got some good stuff for you guys today, no doubt. I had to skip over some of my zombie squat footage to get to this workout here, but I'll get back to that other stuff in time. But this workout here was pretty kick-ass, so I wanted to show it to you guys while it was still all fresh in my mind. The workout itself took place last Thursday, and it'll give you guys a pretty good idea of how my template is currently laid out right now, since I'm taking a break from all the heavy squatting that usually makes up the cornerstone of my training programs. Right now though, I'm mostly focusing on speed and power. I think I have a hang power snatch PR in me if I keep working at it. My current best single is 220 pounds, and I'd like to hit 230 pounds at some point, but just as a whole, my main focus at the moment in terms of physical attributes is less strength oriented and more explosive power oriented. I think that I'm pretty much as strong as I've ever been, so I think that all this power work will really be good for me, and I'm feeling fantastic so far. My joints feel great and my body feels explosive and just ready to fucking fire. I think after I finish up this phase of training, I'll move back into some heavy pulls and heavy loaded carries again, and I'll hit some big lifts there. And then once I finish that cycle up, I'll move back into the zombie squat again, and then I'll see if I can work my way up to another big single with 420 pounds or maybe even 430 pounds, which would be pretty fucking cool. But anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves now. So this was a solid fucking workout here. I kick it off with the hang power snatch, then I move into some heavy kettlebell swings, and then I finish up the day with some solid ass work on the weighted hyperextension. And then after that, I got a little bit of bonus footage for you guys from a few days ago with an exercise that I just started messing around with, which is the one arm dumbbell power snatch, and that's been a heck of a lot of fun as well. Now with the hang power snatch, this is my second session with this exercise. Prior to initiating this training block, I hadn't done a power snatch since I hit my PR way back in September of 2018. So it's been damn near a year, and I came out of the gate pretty strong here. My PR triple is with 195 pounds, and in my first session back, I worked up to a triple with 192.5 pounds. And then I hit a double, but I missed the third rep with 200 pounds, which would have been a PR. But then I redeemed myself in this session here by hitting triples first with 190 pounds, then 195 pounds to match my PR, and then 200 pounds to finish up the exercise for the day with the small 5-pound PR triple. So that's good stuff. And this session really didn't start off all that well. I felt like I had decent power at first, but the bar was kind of all over the place. And so I figured I would just stop after hitting my 5 obligatory triples with 185 pounds and then just move on to the kettlebell swings. But then by the time that I got there, things were finally starting to click just a little bit. So I gave myself permission to add 5 pounds to the bar and just keep banging out triples until I missed. And as it turned out, I managed to finally hit that PR triple with 200 pounds. But basically what I'm doing with this exercise, at least for the moment, I'm not just gonna ramp up to heavy triples and doubles and shit, at least not right away, because my technique is pretty crap. Basically, I'm not an Olympic lifter by any stretch of the imagination. I've said that multiple times. I'm just a fucking dude who enjoys to do these modified versions of the lifts and enjoys the performance enhancing benefits that they confer. But so instead of just going straight into the heavy shit all the time here, I'm gonna force myself to put in that quality work first. I have to eat my veggies in order to earn my dessert. And I'm only doing these once a week anyway. My other main session is involving the snatch grip high pull, which lets me go pretty heavy anyway. So no matter what, I'll always be knocking out these 5 solid triples on this exercise with a manageable weight before I move into anything that's even entering the realm of heavy. And I'll try to slowly add weight to my 5x3 over time, obviously, but I'm not really in any big rush. I've got plenty of power at my disposal here, so the more patient that I can be, the better off I'll be, because as my efficiency increases with these moderate weight sets, I'll be able to make better use of my power as time goes on. Not to mention the high pulls are a relatively high volume 5x5, and so those will increase my absolute power thresholds anyway. So real quick, next up is the kettlebell swing, and you guys who follow me will notice that I've taken the band off for these. I had worked my way up to doing 160 pounds plus an Elite FTS Monster mini band, which I was doing pretty solid sets of 15 reps with that. But I had been doing that for a while, and I decided that I finally needed a change. So these last few weeks, I've taken the band off and I've upped the weight itself on the implement up to 200 pounds. And I've been putting in some really solid work there, usually 3 sets of 15 reps with it. And I'll add weight in time as I become more comfortable with that additional implement weight. But I've also messed with a quote-unquote max set on these, and I was able to heave the 250 pound kettlebell for 10 or so reps pretty easily actually. So I got plenty of room to grow on this exercise, but it's good stuff. It's great for hip power, and it should help me to stay nice and fast on the track as well. And then I finished this session up with a few sets of weighted hyperextensions, which I'm doing twice a week at the moment during my main lower body sessions. Just 2 or 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps each time, and I'll slowly work my way up in weight there as well. But what you guys will start to notice is that I'm really hammering my posterior chain right now. In relative terms, I've neglected my glutes and my hammies as compared to my quads over the years, I'm sorry to say. But so I'm gonna rectify that, at least to a degree, in the years that come. And right now I've made it a primary focus. So I've got these heavy swings for power once a week. I got hang power snatches once a week. I've got volume snatch grip high pulls once a week, weighted hypers for general strength twice a week, a little bit of sprinting 1 to 2 times a week, and finally daily work on the glute bridge and the banded monster walk. Both of those I do 1 or 2 sets every single day with relatively light weights, and I focus on firing the glute muscles. I've been doing that for a few months now actually, and my glutes have actually grown noticeably larger, which is pretty fucking funny if you ask me. But I can really feel a difference with those 2 exercises just in terms of hip health and function, if nothing else. They've been a bit of a game changer for me in that regard. But yeah, it's Project Posterior Chain right now, and I'm fucking crushing it. And then I got just a little bit of bonus footage here for you guys to close this video out. It's the one-arm dumbbell power snatch, which is a bit of a weird looking exercise, but currently I'm messing around with it just once a week on my secondary lower body training day, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. I've gotten in like 3 or 4 sessions with it so far, and this is the heaviest I've tried to go here, but I worked my way up to a set of 5 reps with each arm with a 113 pound dumbbell, which was actually really fucking hard. After I did the set with my right arm, you'll see I grabbed my oblique because the thing cramped up like mad just from being super fatigued and having to support that asymmetrical weight overhead. So that was interesting. These also give me a huge forearm pump as well, and also some really good upper back soreness, and just another chance to work the power aspect of my hips with a little bit less weight, but also the offset load works the hips slightly differently. So for example, when I'm pulling with my right arm, the left hip is working noticeably harder than the right hip, and vice versa. But so what I've noticed is that my left arm, which is powered by my right hip, is stronger than my right arm, which is powered by my left hip. And the left hip is the hip that I had surgery on. Now, I don't blame the surgery for making my left hip weaker, but rather I believe that needing the surgery was simply a consequence of the fact that my left hip just is weaker. And my right leg is my dominant leg, which is something I've always known. The body works in an X fashion, so if you're left-handed like me, then your right leg is gonna be your dominant leg, and the left lower half will be the non-dominant half. So it all makes sense, but I just thought it was interesting, and this will give me a chance to feel things out a little bit more in that regard, which can't be a bad thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the workout. It was fun stuff for me. I've really been enjoying this training these last few weeks, and I hope to keep pushing it hard and making some solid ass gains. And as always, if you're interested in online coaching, feel free to shoot me an email at enkiri.elite@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to pass some more info your way. Keep training hard, and I'll catch you guys next time.